It's the Aviators and the Tigers, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Now from just east of the Mississippi River, EA Sports welcomes you to the home of the Blues, Memphis, Tennessee. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Aviators of Chicago taking on our home team. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 7 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
And that put him over 1,000 yards for the season. And the benchmark for running backs, 1,000 yards. The same for receivers. When you have that kind of a year, you've had a monster one.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Taken in at the 22. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. O'Neal had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. To throw on 3rd down. O'Neal. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
On 1st and 10, O'Neal. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing again. O'Neal. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Off the RPO, he completes it. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing the outlet, incomplete. That's Fowler. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
He'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Curry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
When you look at this defense,
they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw.
To the sideline and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And on now is the punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
From the gun on 3rd down, O'Neal.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
He can't get him down. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
But you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. maybe you give him something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock him that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle they go. Curry. And down inside the 40 or about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught by Rivers. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 25-yard line.
He'll look to throw. This one complete to Patton. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaking up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Curry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
And they'll run again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Tigers are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. But you look at this defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the number 1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance. I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field.
Touchdown, Chicago! A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Aviators are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces.
And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And his guys have taken the lead.
So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now back to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
39-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On to the second quarter, Memphis in possession of the football. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go long and hope someone would come free.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Tigers are an extra point away from evening this one up.
A lot of times when you take a tight end in later rounds, you're doing it with a little bit of hope, some potential. But not so with this guy. They believe he can really make an impact in the red zone, and he definitely makes good on that faith right there.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that one a long 11-play drive. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. play action. O'Neal. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
It's now second and 10.
They'll look to throw here. Throwing right, and that's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
They'll set up a throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
23 yards, the final tally.
First down, Chicago.
Looking to throw. O'Neal. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up second down.
Brings up second and 3 at the 45-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
43-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
That's a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive and that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there, excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
They really look comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Curry. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now 3rd down and very long. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw. O'Neal over the middle. That's caught by Miller. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Throwing on first down. O'Neal over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at about the 14. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the home side who have the lead as they play the second quarter. The Thunderbirds trying to hold on and claim victory. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home in U.S. Bank Stadium. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. The Vikings are not going down without a fight as they pick up their 5th win of the year with 2 games remaining on the schedule. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Ravens locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. For this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. O'Neal. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Back to throw. O'Neal. And his throw here is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Off the play fake. O'Neal. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards to pick up there.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off play action. O'Neal. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's got this down to the 35.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Aviators.
first down. They'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. O'Neal, and he fires one, but incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. He'll drop to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Curry. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
They'll run on first down. Curry. He's got it to the 43 here.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On 2nd down now, it's Curry. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
They'll set up to throw. And the catch made. It's Patton. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. On first down. And a loose football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers, guys who can make big plays, interceptions, knock it free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. And they get it down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First down, Chicago.
On first down, O'Neal. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's second down and 10.
To throw again, O'Neal. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Back to throw again. Pressure comes and down he goes. And that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. They bring their punter out there now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded just inside the 20. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about it. Thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team, because now your defense has to make that stand up.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. A quick throw there is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people
under pressure, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. And they'll send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Operating from the gun, O'Neal. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Hands it off out of the gun. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
The throw over the middle, taken in. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper. 17 yards, first down.
17 yards. First down, Aviators.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, O'Neal. And this is caught at the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Aviators have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it two ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Memphis, Tennessee, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This one is caught. It's Patton. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 49 yards there. A big one. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now back to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. They'll keep it on the ground. Curry. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. Here's 2nd and 3.
At the 14-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And 3 yards to go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near...
Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with an amazing diving catch. And the Tigers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Still a lot to be determined in terms of their final seeding. We do know they'll be in the playoffs, but in what shape, what capacity, we're not sure. But here, ready for a sports cliche, then just take them one game at a time, right?
And they have to. And look, the thing about cliches, they've been proven over time. All right, we know that. So, yes, take it one game at a time, but make sure that there's no let up, no getting off the gas, right? No mental letdowns, because each one is important for them to accomplish their goals.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 116 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Now this throw caught left side, and they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Looking to throw on 2nd down. O'Neal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Third and goal, option right. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Well, he'd had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. Back to throw now on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll look to throw again.
Well, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw. This one complete to Patton. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defense.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Here now, third down.
Back to throw here.
Throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's fourth and long.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they'd converted their first 2 fourth down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that third one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
And he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory.
They go back to Riddick. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. There he goes right side. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Aviators get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
A try here for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Smallwood on the return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 10, a little over 80 ticks to go. They're going to need a Christmas miracle to pull this one out as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
A 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19 at the 12-yard line.
And that one too wide and incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with the penalty marker down as well. And I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage when that ball left his hand. You get the 4th down conversion, and then you look up and you see a flag.
I'm just holding my head in my hands right now because I know the head coach is doing exactly the same thing. It all went into getting it on 4th down, and that gets wiped out. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Chicago, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Memphis, it's a loss that could wind up hurting.